Well, I see you got the memo, Zach, on purple everything this week.
Apparently, yeah. Dave?
Yep.
This is silver. We'll let it pass. It's just not.
It's close enough. What is silver?
Just not pink, so that's what matters.
Can't argue against that.
You know?
Well, technically, if you consider it the red mixed with the blue,
Technically,
makes
yeah.
purple.
There you go.
And you got the purple light back here, and you can kind of see the purple on your
red
shoes.
mixed with blue.
If you want to put the
Makes
croc
purple.
on for a second, it's got purple on it. No? Alright.
No,
It's just,
I'm
okay.
going to pass. Sorry,
Okay.
buddy.
Good for you, mate.
Well, before we get into Leagues Cup stuff, let's just get into a quick read from our sponsor. Do you like free money? I know I do. BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and way more.
BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone.
Head to the website, betonline.ag, or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use promo code BELIEVE for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Again, that's promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit.
Bet online, where the game starts.
Yeah, same thing as Owen. As always, Owen. You still can't bet online, but sorry. Maybe one day.
Yeah, tough. We don't make the rules. We just got to follow them.
Also, if you were to place parlays, Owen, you'd probably be absolute ass, so we're just saving you money anyway. But if you would have bet on Orlando City to top the group, you would have been rich.
Yeah. Mine was probably pretty good on that. I'm not going to lie, after the first performance.
Going into just the Leagues Cup group itself, we probably weren't the best favored. I guess favorites is a better way to put it. I'd say we were probably second in line. Santos probably would have been favored at top, and then us, and then Houston.
Mm-hmm.
But then, so the two least favored. I can't think of terms. The two that were least favored, underdogs, least favored, two go through technically in the
Ended
group,
up making
it through. Yeah. So, I mean, you never know. It's just CONCACAF at its best at this point.
Yep.
And here we are, top of the group.
U.S. teams are on the rise.
That's for
They're
sure.
watching us.
This tournament is tough on Liga MX.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all American locations, and then you saw the news about flights being canceled, delayed, all that kind of stuff through the charter that the competition provided. You know what I mean? Like, stuff that can happen. It's a young tournament. Obviously, they're all learning and growing as the games go on, but it's definitely a tough tournament on them. But it's interesting though, because I think their win record is better than MLS teams playing away. If you compared them,
The Liga MX teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fair, but like the way the Mexican fans acted in the U.S. stadiums, there's no way we can allow our teams to go down there to face that kind of shit.
I'm not saying that they necessarily need to go down there, but they maybe need to rethink the travel and the groups and stuff like that, because you got to think about how far it really is when you're traveling from, say, Texas to Charlotte. You know, that's 3-4 hours.
I mean, even for us, we had that. It was Texas to Florida.
Yep.
And so for Houston to go back, and then Santos to go from Texas to Florida, and then we got lucky and played 2 home matches.
Yep.
So, I mean, if we got lucky in this scenario, we probably had the best scenario because we're used to the humidity, used to the heat. I guess Santos and Houston can be too because they're 2 similar climates.
But Florida is just different. It really is.
Well, especially right after the rain, like we saw on Saturday. Like, it just, the humidity was a different level in that stadium. It always is after it rains like that.
But I think this was another level. Like, I think the past 2 games were the worst 2 I've ever been at in terms of, like, not being able to breathe.
Yeah, I think you said it to me, or it may have been Bird, but we were standing over there after fan reaction. It was like, why do I feel like I played a full 90?
I said that after the first the Houston game. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was drenched. I was like fully submerged in water from just standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was bad. I know you had it when you came back from Europe,
Yeah.
and then me and Bryce were just in Atlanta to watch Chelsea for 2 days, and stepping out of MCO, stepping out of the airport, it's something else.
Got to be the most humid place in the world.
Oh yeah,
Burb literally sent me a TikTok of that earlier today. Like it really is different stepping out in Orlando. So
Yeah, as soon as you get out to that fucking
where the cars pick you up, you're
it's
done.
the most humid place in the world. So we want to talk a little bit about the Houston match.
Yeah, we didn't do a pod last week, so we got a little bit of catching up to do. It ended up being a 1-1 draw with the only reason we scored is Duncan's passion. And then we ended up being winners in pens, like we always do. So it wasn't the most beautiful match anyone's ever seen. It wasn't the most enjoyable match to watch at all. But we came out with the 2 points, which is weird to say, but we did.
Yeah, all the guys stepping up big time in the pens like they always do. Robin and Antonio, always class when they step up to the spot to take in penalty situations. Santos had a phenomenal penalty. I'll give it to Kara too.
He
Buried it. Like
I'm gonna give him his flowers. Like fair play to him for stepping up, taking a pen. I mean, he also, little badge point at the end instead of, the hands to the ears. I'll give him his flowers for that. I respect him a little bit more after that. And, going into the Santos game when things were looking a bit grim, I was like, you know what, let's bring him on because I trust him to take a pen now.
Yeah. No, that's a good shout. It's definitely you want to say like turning his career around here, but it's just that's not the case at this point yet. But maybe he's trying to turn his public image.
Yeah,
around.
that's how you win fans back, not by scoring and
shushing him.
Doing what you're supposed to do, and then showing love to the fans and the club. Like,
So you keep going if you want.
I was gonna say that's all we ask of him.
Yeah, possibly the thing that I love most from that match, it was in the pen shootout. As Robin was walking up to take his pen, the whole wall was just chanting his name, and then he buries the pen as he always does, and then he points back at the wall and slaps a badge or pulls a badge and kisses it, and it's just like, I'm so glad he finally became the captain because the passion that he shows on the pitch. I mean, he's yelling at the ref either way, so for him to be able to yell at the ref with the captain's armband just
maybe
works
a
out better.
little bit more leeway.
But that man, he might have put 1 foot wrong his whole career here. But other than that, it's just been a class career from him in Orlando. So I just wanted to give Robin his flowers because
he deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
No, there's no other way to put it.
100%. I mean, I said there's 4 people I'd run through a brick wall for. It's Pedro, AC, Duncan now, and Robin. Those 4 I would do anything for.
Yeah. I think one of the best images to come out of that game, though, is Facundo after he put his away.
And he's got the arms out over the wall.
Like, I always love those type of pictures. You could just see the passion of the club coming through. But, yeah, I mean, that was a good penalty performance from us. It was definitely not one of our better games. I wouldn't even say it was a good game from us. It was just typical Florida summer, hot, humidity, scrappy. Fucking everybody's tired.
We felt like we played full 90, so they had to feel like they played like 270 minutes with the way they were running out there. I brought up at the beginning, the only reason that we scored is Duncan's passion. I can't really remember another opportunity that we had on goal, towards the goal, except for him just running to the keeper and then picking off the pass and putting it away. And we saw way more chances against Santos. So was that just like a one-off thing against Houston, to where they were both kind of like tactically matched, or was that something else we need to be worried about?
I mean, we got to give Houston the respect that's due to them. They're not a terrible team. They were in a slump of form, but they've been a top team in the West this year. So I feel like they were the top of the table at one point, or no? It's always been.
I don't think I could say that. They're like mid-table right now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about for our group.
No. But they're not no chump club. So I think the thing that they do well is they press as a team and they move well side to side as a team. Everybody knows where everybody's going to be. So that kind of, and the way we build up, you know what I mean? Like when
Off the ball movements.
when you move left to right, well, when we try to pass the ball across the back line to find those spaces, we're not going to find those gaps like we do against teams that press us relentlessly, you know.
That was Houston's game plan, was get it 1-2 passes in the middle, and then boom, look for a big switch either way, and try to exploit with whichever one of our fullbacks was pressed forward. However, who was their right mid that we were making fun of the whole time because he was wearing orange tights?
I know
Number
he was
25.
wearing orange tights with like the black socks underneath.
He had a man bun. I think he scored in their game against Santos, actually.
He's the one
Let's
who we fouled in the box to give them their pen.
Is it Corey Baird? No, he's 27. 25, Dorsey. Griffin Dorsey. That's what it was. Sorry, he just looks unathletic as shit. I'm just going to say that. If he scored against Santos, well done. But the whole first half, first half they were attacking. Yeah, the first half they were attacking our way.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of balls over the top that he was receiving was ridiculous. And I guess you could say it was the same going the other way. I just remember Griffin Dorsey because he looks more unathletic than me and he's on a professional pitch. So I think we defended that well. But I feel like we could have just done more against that team. In a slump of form, like you said, with the draw against us and then a draw against Santos, they're now 7 without a win. So they got through the group, but they still haven't won a game in 7.
Right. Yeah, we definitely could have done more, but we also saw Santos not having a great game against them. We saw Kyle Smith not having a great game, and
that's something we need to talk about.
And our offense thrives off of them doing what they do best, and that's getting forward and putting quality balls into the box. When we can't do that, we see these type of performances. Yeah, we'll talk about Kyle Smith real quick.
I mean, it's really not on him. I guess it can be because you expect a little bit better from him. But when he's pushed up into an attacking midfielder role, I'm sorry, he can be a great right back on his day. But the man is not meant to be playing in the midfield.
Yeah,
and when you see him put 2 passes astray or lose a ball in the midfield once or twice, you should realize that. And Poppy brought him out at halftime and brought on Dagger Dan to play that role, but that's what it should be. If you're going to move your right back up into the midfield role, it should be someone that plays in a midfield role or is just more adaptable to it, not Kyle Smith.
Yeah, I think that if Mikey wasn't hurt, we would have seen him come back into the team at this point or by now. You know, the past couple of performances from Kyle have not been great. You know, he does his work defensively, but at the end of the day, he's like you said, he's not a midfielder. He doesn't need to be in the attacking third in the midfield
at all.
Receiving balls at the top of the box that are easy layoff passes and stuff like that, and he's just donkey touching it, losing the ball.
It's just not it.
It's not where he needs to be. He needs to be receiving the ball in space on the wing so he can play a ball in over the top.
And I feel like that's not even a thing that Mikey Halliday would necessarily thrive in either, right? I feel like Mikey's more of a box-to-box right back, if you will.
Just get up and down the wing.
Yeah, that's where, I mean, me and Cannata both had Dan starting against...
I did too.
You did?
Yeah. Bryce was the only one.
I heard. Oh, that's right, because he was the one that missed out on the memo. But if you're going to have someone who pushes up into the midfield, you have to have someone who's comfortable playing in there.
Yep.
Which I don't think Kyle's comfortable in, and I don't think Mikey would benefit in. So
No.
I don't know how we are able to see it and Oscar's not, unless something's going on in training to where Kyle's doing well but not doing well in games. But it's just weird.
At the end of the day, though, you got to perform on Saturdays or Sundays or whenever the fuck your game is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can do all you want during training. Like, I'm sure Carr scores 700 goals a year throughout training. But if you don't do it on the game day, you know what I mean.
Bit high, maybe.
You know, I'm sure they all pull off some crazy shit during training, but if you can't pull it off on the pitch, it's not gonna benefit anything.
So Kyle also came off at halftime against Santos. He had a 6-9 against Houston, rating on football, nice. But he had a 6-1 against Santos. I would have said his rating against Houston was worse than his one against Santos. So is there something that I'm missing?
It's probably just the way that things carry weight. You know what I mean? Like,
He didn't win a single duel, aerial or ground. So that doesn't help with defender against Santos.
But it's
Red Bull's
time
in again.
for
Garbage.
I think it's definitely time for us to introduce Dan to the starting lineup and let him get a good. Let's let him run 65 minutes. Let's see what he can do. You know what I mean?
I think he's capable of like so much more than that. Like we've said it for a while now. Dan's someone who should be starting at this point, whether it's in an 8 role, whether it's in a 10 for Mo. He's someone that looks comfortable on the ball, that likes to he has composure, and he can pick out a pass. Why is he not playing? Why is he not getting any quality minutes?
Yeah.
Over some of the subs that we usually have in.
I know you love yourself some Kyle Smith, but if we're going to keep playing...
Times are changing.
Yeah, and if you're going to keep playing a right back that pushes up, I'm not even mad at Oscar for that. I think it's a good tactical move. You get one more player into the midfield, and if Dan is willing to start at right back and then come back and do his defensive duties, and he does it well, I'm not mad at that. But you just got to make the choice to do that and not keep starting Kyle at right back and bringing Dagger Dan on.
100%.
There's just no good that comes out of starting Kyle and then bringing Dan on at half.
Yeah, but even if you're worried about Dan defensively, there are so many ways to combat that tactically that you can make those adjustments. Like, Trent Alexander-Arnold gets cooked on a regular basis, so they make those adjustments so that way he's not having to sprint back and then get cooked for them to allow a goal to go in.
No, so he just gets cooked while he's out there.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, the dude can't defend. Like, there's no way around it.
No bullshit here. Dan's a better defender than Trent.
Yeah, probably.
Very good possible. Well, Dan's also going up against lesser competition, but
Mate, I could skim Trent. It's not hard.
Sunny, isn't it?
So we started speaking about Kyle and the Santos game. 3-2 win. No need for penalties. No need to keep our record 100% in penalty shootout. Wilder Cartagena in the 92nd minute. Not a name I don't think any of us would be expecting to say.
What a fucking finish. What a
Yeah.
fucking finish.
The ball by Caesar.
Fantastic.
That's the second time those two have linked up, right? For a quality goal?
Yeah, I think it was the other way around, right?
No, because I remember it was a ball that Caesar played that we were giving him his flowers for, that we said it was after a game that he was shit. I want to say it was a big win for us. This is going to piss me off. But those two have a great connection in the middle.
Yeah. No, it's definitely grown to be something. Poppy moving to that double pivot and allowing them to work with each other. One get forward, one stay back. Finding their spaces. It's worked really well. I mean, yeah, what a fucking finish for him to be able to take that on a hop and slide it underneath the keeper like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't even think he knew what he was doing, but he
how
just
did
had
I
that
end
goal.
up here? Yeah.
Yeah, he just had that goal scoring instinct. You know what I mean? And found the back of the net. Love his the comment after the match though, talking about like these are the type of things that you dream of being able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like
As a kid, yeah.
you put your team through, do something for the club, do something for the fans. So
Scoring a last minute goal is one hell of a way to do that.
absolutely.
So, I mean, that double pivot of Caesar and Wheeler now might start having... I mean, Caesar, 50-50 sometimes. But when Caesar's on and when Wheeler's on, possibly the best midfield pairing in the league. Am I going too far with that?
I mean, I can't.
On their day, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you said, when they're both on it.
It's class.
Yeah, there's nobody. So are we good talking about Santos? Move into
All the way around. Houston.
Done with what?
Oh, we did both.
Yeah, we.
Or
I was-
top 2, bottom 1 aggregate of the 2 games.
We're going like 2 seconds on Santos.
Well, I mean, what else are we gonna?
Oh, can I give Cara his flowers for his hold-up play on that third goal?
I thought we were. Oh yeah, we did for the pen. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, at least I can say that I've given that man a lot of shit. You said he did well with the pen against Houston. He did. Fair play. And I think it was the day before the match. I was literally watching the B-roll from training, and he was trying this little
stupid flick
back
that you
heel
sent into the
flick.
group
Yeah,
chat.
like you gotta be kidding me. He's doing this shit in training too. And then he comes out. He gets like 12 minutes of play, and
Does the same flicks 3 or 4 times, we'll say.
Yes, but
When it came down to it,
he held the ball up, gave a simple pass, and then that pass ended up being an assist. I believe it was straight to Caesar. It was Cara to Caesar.
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And then Caesar put the ball into the box, a beautiful ball, and then Wielder had the finish. So, like, I just don't know why Cara can't see, hey, little simple hold up with a pass, and then it creates something that can work instead of trying these fancy flicks. And if he can learn that, I still want Duncan to be a starter, but I'm not going to be mad seeing Cara come in the 60th, 65th, 70th minute instead of 80, 82, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because if he can learn that, and we just need a goal, and then it's hold-up play, pass out, and then he makes a looping back post run, or Wheeler runs into the box, I'm not going to be mad at him. But it's just something that I hope he learns and the coaching staff can drill into his mind. Yeah.
It's kind of like the age-old additive. I think that's the saying. But, like, doing the same thing so many times and expecting a different result is insanity.
Yep.
Him trying those flicks over and over again, it's fucking insane. What happens when he simplifies play and plays in himself? Good things happen. I don't know. I'm like, what does not connect with him when he simplifies the game? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I mean, no. There's just, it's him. You know what I mean? Like, he's just got to figure it out. It just comes down to that. There's only people can tell him so many times, but he's got to figure out that simplifying his game and making the right decisions and playing quality balls or getting in the right spaces, making the run at the right time. It's simplifying your game, bud. You're not going to back heel flick, wrap around defender bullshit, but it's just not going
Ronaldo
to.
chop.
It's not you, bud.
It came off once against Miami to Ojeda, I believe it was. Well, just a little flick. But
Yeah.
that was
But
possibly
like,
the
he's
simplest
shooting
one he's tried.
himself in the foot so many times by trying that. It just doesn't work.
You want to do top 2, bottom 1?
I was just doing it combined from each match.
Sure.
From both matches combined.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to give somebody else their flowers from Santos. Like the game. Fucking Mauricio Pereira.
Oh my
Fucking banger.
Oh, fair. Fair.
I said it
Yes.
today before the game. I've cashed in on my Mo banger a couple of times this season, but I had a feeling about that game.
It's here.
I said, this is it. Mo banger. I'm cashing in on it today. It'll be his one for this year. He's not going to score again this year. We already know this, but
It happened.
It was
what a
fucking
goal.
Pretty.
When we were in the stadium watching it, I really thought the man was on top of the 6-yard box and he just roofed it. Because I can remember you. He was like, I just cashed on my Mo banger. I'm like, was he like 6 yards out?
No.
And then I saw the replay and I was like, that's definitely not 6 yards out. So fair.
No,
Fair play.
it caught me off guard because you were over there by fucking Bryce on the other side, and it caught me off guard. And I was like, "It's happened, Dave. Like, fucking told you, bro. We literally just talked about this." Yeah, what a goal. He's got so much class when he's able to get a hold of the ball correctly. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, his passing range, his ability to play the ball in spaces and clearly score ridiculous goals.
For once every, what are we, like 34 game season? 36 game season?
Something like that.
In the big
Damn.
moments.
It happens.
But, like, that's what you need your captain to do in games like that, though, you know? He's got to step up in those. Your captain is supposed to be composed, and that person that's been here, done that type of thing. So in these moments, you need them to step up and get you that goal to equalize when you're down for the second time.
Yep.
So props to him.
Top 2, bottom 1.
Sure.
Uh,
I mean, I feel like we're all gonna agree on the bottom 1.
Yeah. Kyle, my vote.
Yeah, that should have been easy to think of, actually.
Yeah, I feel like everybody else had good contributions across both games, but he just didn't do enough, and it's not necessarily his fault, like we talked about. So
Getting subbed off at halftime both matches isn't the best look. So
Also, as much as I don't want to do it, I have to give a dishonorable mentions to Pedro for the effort in the Santos game for their first goal, and then Angulo for just his final third product has regressed in the past 2 games.
I was gonna say
Horribly.
Like he has everything leading up to the final pass or the final shot. It gets to that, and it's just 99% of the time.
Shot
all
inside the
composure.
18 and put it 15 rows
Yeah.
out in the right side of the wall.
Almost hit Laura again.
That's an unnecessary stray.
Well, I mean, I don't even think he would almost hit Laura. I think she was clear.
Oh,
No, she was under it.
Yeah.
No, she was clear. Everyone was clear below the drums. It was anything above that. That was, oh boy.
You might have to worry about something now. Yeah, I'll give you that. My first top 1, Wilder. He had 2 really strong performances, obviously, capping it with the goal to put us through. But he's looked really good in the past 2 matches.
My first one, I'm just going to go straight out of the gate and say Duncan. 2 goals, 2 games. Can't be mad at it. Doing what a striker does. I think he's maybe still first in goals per minute.
Probably.
Yeah.
So he's still up there. As a rookie, he now has 10 goals on the season in all comps. 2 in the Leagues Cup and 8 in the league. Going with 2 assists in the MLS. So 12 goal contributions in his rookie season so far, and we're only just over halfway through the league. I'm not mad at all.
And only playing, under 1,000 minutes still?
I think so.
Comparatively to the rest of the league, it's unprecedented for us.
No, it isn't unprecedented. We've got Kyle Larin and Daryl DK, so...
At this rate, though...
Yeah, I think I said it during the game, too. I think he's probably got to have a better goals-to-minute ratio than Daryl
Yeah.
at this point.
I would agree with that. Absolutely. Well, I'll just do my other top 1 because that's who it is Duncan for me. Scoring in both matches. Everything you said, I agree. So
Duncan and Wilder. And then Duncan, and you haven't done one yet, so...
No. I'm going to go Duncan as well. Right, 2 goals in 2 games. Fucking huge. Doing what a striker should do.
Simple.
Yeah.
Hard. I'm having a hard time picking a second one.
There's a lot of honorable mentions, I feel like.
There are. I gave Robin his flowers earlier, and I'm just going to stick with that. I want to go take my Sunshine kit to the team shop and get a name printed on the back, but I'm having a hard time choosing between Duncan and Robin. And those are my top 2, so it literally shows.
The Viking kit
The
when
shirt.
it came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going with Robin. There are a lot of honorable mentions, but you can do your top 2, your second, top 2, second, top second.
English is not Englishing today. I feel the same way.
No, it isn't.
Damn. I really don't know. Like, there's someone I have in mind. There's 2 people, but one is getting an honorable mention. I'm just going to go ahead, give my honorable mention to Dan. I feel like we looked like a different team when he's on the pitch compared to Kyle the past 2 games. He just gives so much assurance on the ball. He gives me confidence defending too. I feel like he's had a really good performances as of late. My second top 2 is going to be Wilder. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Fair. I can't be mad at Wilder. It's just 28 going on 29. Got him in his prime, transferred him here in his prime, and he's found his form. Because last year, I think we were all saying, like, yeah, good rotation. Good rotation to have. But now it's start.
Yeah, and it's consistency, right? I feel like he's continually climbing the chain. His performances, where Caesar, if it's really up and down, he's always a nice steady to have.
It is good for Caesar to now have a midfield partner that he's found chemistry with, but is also older and more experienced, so he can get that. And it's not Mo, who's in a more forward position. It's Wielder, who's basically playing the same position and pivoting in and out. So if there's a mentor for Caesar to have right now, I'm glad it's Cartagena because they're killing it together.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to kill it on Wednesday.
Yep.
So our midfield period is going to be tested. The starters, the depth, everybody is going to be tested on Wednesday. We haven't really talked about it on the pod, but Miami went and did the thing. They signed Messi,
And
then they went and did the other thing and signed Busquets. Sorry, Fort Lauderdale. Then they did the other thing and signed Jordi Alba. And then they did the other thing and signed a 28-year-old Uruguayan kid that plays in the midfield. And then they did the other thing and signed a Colombian kid.
And an Argentinian kid.
Yeah.
I don't even know about Colombia. You're just making it up. Yeah, no, there's actually the Argentinian Facundo.
Yeah.
Facundo Farias, I think it is.
Well, so... And apparently they're doing all this within financial fair play. Which is what everybody says.
Yeah. But they got 6 DPs listed on the website. Sorry, how many DPs are you allowed to have? Can you answer that for me?
If you're them, as many as you want.
But if it's Orlando City, how many DPs?
Oh, none. You're not allowed to have any. We're just lucky that we have our 3.
But Miami can have... Fort Lauderdale can have 6. Double the amount listed on their website. And they can sign Blaise Matuidi and have 4 one season, get reprimanded for it, and then say, yeah, we're going to discipline you, but the discipline never follows through because they're still signing the GOAT.
Your discipline is you get to have Lionel Messi.
No.
So, from what I've gathered from watching that game against Atlanta is Atlanta wasn't as bad as the score. Well, no, Atlanta was as bad as the scoreline looked. But Miami was not as good as their scoreline looked. Messi was as good as you expect Messi to be.
Busquets.
And you give Busquets any time on the ball.
He's funny, Messi.
Yes. So Atlanta was awful, but Miami wasn't,
You take those 2 people out of that, you take Busquets and you take Messi out of that starting lineup, they go straight back
3-1.
With us or with them out of the lineup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going straight back to being bottom of the table.
Well, the problem for us is going to be stopping those 2.
Stopping the inevitable.
And so clarify that. I don't know if either one of you know. Jordi Alba now officially joined.
Is that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Is he allowed to play in this next round? I don't know so.
Because we signed Junior back, and with all the paperwork and whatever, he hasn't been in the squad. So there's no way Alba can get in unless some sneaky shit's going on.
Unless all his paperwork came through faster.
Juniors came in 12 hours after the deadline. So he missed the deadline by 12 hours. So it depends on whatever.
Well, Alba's is what's the deadline for that shit?
Well,
whenever.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. There's some sneaky shit going on if he's allowed to play.
But I don't know. I'm a little less worried about him. I'm not gonna lie. There's still all that class there, but
Jordi Alba,
yeah, he's a little bit older. He's a little less fit than.
He's younger than Messi, I think.
Yeah, but he's a little less fit than Messi. He's a little less fit than Busquets.
And what he's going to have to go up against is an Angulo who's going to be charged and ready to go, who has...
No, he'd be going up against Facundo. He's a left back.
That's
so
right.
Playing the right
I
back.
fucked that up.
No,
they do switch sometimes.
Either way. So, I don't think he starts this match anyway, even if he just signed with the team, you know what I mean? It's going to take time. But it's really going to come down to Oscar versus Tata.
It comes down to Oscar figuring out how the hell you stop Messi and Busquets. Because Tata can just go out there and say, give the ball to Busquets, and then Busquets give it to Messi, and then they win. But if Oscar can figure out a way to let Busquets not have time on the ball, then that takes that part of the game, and then you just got to figure out how to stop the GOAT, which I don't think you can.
You just can't. You can't allow him to have as many opportunities as you can. You know what I mean? He's Lionel Messi.
There's no stopping that.
He's going to have opportunities, but you have to limit the amount that he's going to get. You can't give him clear-cut chances like he had against Atlanta. You can't give up the stupid free kick at the edges of the box like he had against Cruz Azul. Like, you have to be disciplined in your game for the full 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as he comes off and you think it's all over, that's when that's when they can really be dangerous. With Josef Martinez still being on the field, you know what I mean, one of the top goal scorers in the MLS, you let him get a clear-cut opportunity on goal.
Whatever happened to Campagna?
He's still getting in the rotation and stuff like that, so that's huge depth to have coming off the bench, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we're really going to be tested, and when I spoke about the depth earlier, so Junior can play this next round, correct?
I have no idea.
Don't
Has the paperwork gone through?
Well, it went through, but it was like 12 hours too late. But I thought that was just for the group stage. I thought he could come through now.
If I find it, I'll let you know. But if you want to keep going,
But I think this is a game that would be huge to have him in the squad. Because, yes, we want Wilder and Caesar to start, right? But going for a full 90 minutes against Busquets, Messi, running up and down the field, you never know with Cesar, you know what I mean? He could have one of those games. Having somebody like Junior come into that game who's just that guy that we've always looked to for that composed performance to come in there, just create options to be able to hold up the ball, win those 50-50 battles in the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be huge for us to have, the ability to pull him in. Because if you have to make that midfield switch, who are you putting in?
Junior.
Not Felipe, right?
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
so according to the article on themainland.com, it says once his P1 visa and international transfer certificate go through, he'll be ready and available for selection with Martin Ojeda now. That's basically saying he's wearing number 20 because Ojeda has 11. So once the P1 visa international transfer certificate go through, he'll be ready and available for selection.
so hopefully by Wednesday, all that stuff's sorted and he's able to
He'll just be on the bench.
just be in the
I
squad.
don't think he would start for us,
Absolutely not.
like you say. Nah, but I feel like we need the energy from Wilder, from Caesar, from Angulo, from Duncan. That's the only way how you stifle Busquets and Messi, by not giving them time on the ball.
Yeah, and that's why you need, like I said, you need to have that depth too, because asking them to go like that for a full 90 minutes, you're going to start to see that fatigue creep into the game. You're going to start to see that drop off, and that's not something we can have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sorry, Kara, you've stepped it up. You've started to earn more respect, and I feel like you deserve more minutes. But in a game like this, it's got to be Enrique, because you need to have somebody up top that's still going to press, still going to be able to move.
Maybe we end up seeing both of them come on.
Probably.
It's
Because
going to be the same thing.
Miami's on 7 days rest. We're on 3.
Yeah.
6 or 7 days rest. We're going to be on 3. So Duncan's probably not going to go his full 78 or whatever minutes it is. He'll probably come off around the 60th, and then we'll see Enrique and or Carr come on at that point, and then one of them like 10 minutes later. So if we see both of them, then that's something. Ojeda might come on, bring some energy.
Well, was something I was going to say. I almost want to see him come in earlier rather than later, Ojeda. Like, I want Mo to start because we need that solidarity in the midfield. We need somebody with that
composure just at the beginning of the game. Yeah.
But I think Ojeda obviously brings way more creativity to us and we can stretch. Like, we've seen Busquets be exposed. with the pace of the MLS a couple of times, getting caught on the ball, giving the ball away stupidly, making bad passes. So we know that Mo can press, but we also know that Ojeda's more athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Than
But is he willing to do the dirty work?
It's gonna have to be. If you want to,
if you want to beat Miami, you have to.
Maybe when you lose the ball and you need a press, then you have Angulo tuck in and press, and then Ojeda go out wide because he can still play on that left channel, and Angulo can press in the middle. So
that's where you leave yourself exposed to Messi, though. So you have to be careful with that.
you're always exposed to Messi.
It's going to be a tactical battle for Oscar Pereira and his coaching staff. They have to set the team up for success. This is not one of those games where it's like, yeah, just go out there and do your thing. Like you
this
can't.
is something you can't plan like 3 days in advance. You have to have had a game plan since you knew Messi and all of them were coming to Miami.
I thought I had until September 24th to mentally prepare to play against the GOAT, but here we are 2 matches later after he signs and thrown right into the line. Well, not even the Lions. Then that shitty ass stadium doesn't deserve to be
Flamingo.
called.
Also, fuck them for $150 tickets in that
Yeah.
shitty ass stadium.
Your little flamingo patch over there isn't cool.
How are you charging $150 for away tickets? Only 100. You said 50-50 per supporter group.
I think that's what I heard.
And it's $150 each. You're pricing out your own fans. You're
Yeah, I
not
was gonna
pricing out
say-
away fans.
What are you like? I get Messi's a big attraction, but what in that stadium is worth $150?
The trailer,
The
bathrooms
bathroom
that you gotta
trailers?
use outside the stadium.
Fucking. Your own fans don't even want to go to your shit fucking stadium for that price. Like it's so poor from Gregory Moss. He's not Jorge Moss anymore. He's Gregory. Fuck that guy. That guy is such a clown. Like I don't like Beckham, but I really don't like that guy. I really don't fucking like that guy. And I didn't even know who the fuck he was until fucking Messi shows up.
Yeah.
Dickhead. That's all I see now is his ugly ass fucking.
Also, can we talk about the drop off in fans once Messi comes off?
Pouring down the stairs.
Can we get
Absolutely.
can we get Orlando City tickets for like after Messi gets subbed off for like
Post
the
7
last
minutes?
25, 30
Yeah.
minutes
Just gotta stand
for all the
outside
empty
wait.
seats that are there?
I'll be fine. Yeah, just trade a ticket. Have them transfer it on your phone
I
and you
mean,
walk in.
They put everything over the loudspeakers anyway, so
I'm sure
you'll
you
be able
can
to
hear
hear everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
You'll feel like the atmosphere is probably better outside the stadium
maybe.
than
Yeah.
inside.
yeah, everybody looked like they had more fun at the tailgates than at the actual
It's
game
true.
when we were there.
Yeah.
That's also because they sucked so bad then.
You see the video of the leader of the supporters group that's just for Messi. He got into a fight outside the stadium with other Miami fans or Fort Lauderdale fans.
Bro, they have a Messi
See
supporter group.
Yes.
Are they charging them $250 to get into that one
Who
too?
fucking knows?
You know that's the biggest scam in Miami. Like, yeah, they got Messi and all those guys, and we don't know how the fuck they did it. But how the fuck do they have dumbass supporters that are paying $250, $350 to be a part of Vice City and fucking whatever their other? How?
La Familia, I think.
What are you doing? Bro, that's more than your season tickets were.
Yeah.
You paid what, $12 to get all fucking 34 games? And you think $400 is reasonable for a supporters group for what, your printed tifo that you guys have had one for fucking 3 years? What are you getting out of that? You buy a t-shirt, you're a part of the ILF. You pay a one-time fee and you're part of the ruckus. It is $300 a year to be a part of the biggest fraud of an organization. That is crazy. I'm sorry. That's the biggest scam in all of Fort Lauderdale.
You got to do that per year, too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a yearly membership, man.
Yeah. No. No. I'd be good. No.
Could never work anywhere else. And I feel like they probably only have like 8 people that are actually a part of their.
That's why the price has got to be so high. So, because they only get 4 people to show up a game. And then the rest is covered up by the printed tifo. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Beckham's like, you got to charge $300 because that covers the seats that you cover up with your shitty ass printed tifo. There we go. Figured it out.
Fucking Beckham bought him the printed tifo too. He was like, I don't want all you hooligans in here.
Oh, what a joke.
Oh, joke of an organization. But they landed the GOAT, and it's going to be a tough match on Wednesday. No way around it. I mean, and there's a little extra spice in this one from whatever one of our dumbasses went down there and did that shit.
Yeah.
You fucking dummy.
That was something.
Why'd you do it? We didn't need this. They already have the GOAT. They don't need any extra motivation, bro.
It's just adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
And now it's going to fucking boil over.
Yeah. We're going to have to prepare for a atrociously called match, too. Because it's always Orlando versus everybody. But now they have Messi, and it is literally, you touch him, he goes down, it's a foul. Doesn't matter how, it's a foul.
It's like LeBron in the NBA.
When Messi goes down, it's a foul.
Plus a yellow. Can't forget that.
Well, it depends on how hard you hit him. If you actually make contact, you might get a yellow.
If you just walk by him,
You get a stern talking to.
Yeah. You got your first warning. Straight to a yellow after that.
So, it's going to be frustrating, tough match on Wednesday. But I do have faith Florida will be purple for forever.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Miami's never beating Orlando ever again.
There goes everything we just built.
Yeah.
Well done.
No, you can't ever say that. Obviously, I was just making fun of the kid that came over.
Mm-hmm.
But, do you want to do scoreline predictions, or are we just...
I don't know if I want to.
This man's in shambles right now.
He's just in pain. It hasn't even
We're
happened.
thinking, what, 4-0 Orlando? Messi who? Cara hat trick?
It keeps getting worse for you.
Gotta start making it more and more outlandish.
Angulo learns how to finish.
You
could say Cara hat trick.
But, Angulo finishing, that's a bit too much now. Let's start being a little more realistic.
Just gonna go faithful 2-2. Extra time, nothing, pens. We continue the streak.
Do we go to extra time, or is it just a fucking straight shootout?
I don't
know. This whole shit is...
Never mind. No extra time, straight to pens. We continue the streak.
I think it is, but who knows?
Whatever whoever came up with this idea, get your shit together.
Pretty much exactly what I was going to say. I don't think either team comes away with a win in regulation. Messi may have a brace, but I think that we're going to get our goals, and I think that it's going to be a hard-fought game.
It's going to be hard-fought, that's for sure. I'm saying 3-2 win. Back-to-back.
Hard. Another Wielder game winner. Oh
no, he said it's Cara for his third.
Oh, Cara hat trick. That's right.
No,
all three goals within the last 12 minutes of the game that he's on.
No, I'm saying a Duncan double, and let's say Dan gets on the score sheet for the winner.
I like that. I like the sound of that. When he comes on at halftime for Kyle Smith, who inevitably starts it right back. Okay.
Well, I mean, if he starts it right back and Jordi Alba plays, then maybe he'll have a little more of a chance because the guy's going to make one run and he's going to be gassed.
It's going to be like Al running up the pitch. I'm only halfway.
Well, if you like what you heard here, make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Want to give a special shout out to our sponsor of today's episode, Bet Online. Make sure that you use that code BELIEVE for your 50% welcome bonus. Check us out on Twitter at OCFanTV, or I'm sorry, X at OCFanTV.
X. Oh, what a shambles.
Instagram at OCFanTV, X at OCFanTV22. TikTok, OC Fan TV. Facebook, Orlando City Fan TV. If you're listening to us. Oh, Threads is dead, bud.
We just got 2 followers today.
Hey. Threads
many
is
is
dead.
that?
Threads is dead, but
How many does that make?
like 160 something.
Threads is dead.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
But we're on Threads if you're on Threads. Orlando City Fan TV or OC Fan TV. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's one of them.
OC Fan TV is the same as Instagram. Just
Um,
join MySpace.
you know, bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening to us, then you obviously got the episode posted, so good job, Zach.
Woohoo!
If you're watching us, then you already know what to do.
This man's a shambles. Let's see if you can get it. Just off that.
5, 0, 0. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. We're trying to reach 500 by the end of
500 what?
followers or subscribers.
Yeah.
Sorry. YouTube. 500 YouTube subscribers by the end of the season.
This is the longest outro of all time.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been doing it. So, 500 followers on YouTube by the end of the season. So make it happen. Make sure you share all of our content. Check out our Patreon and fuck Miami.
Who?